We're always taught that power is all about force, the ability to do something. But what if the exact opposite is true? What if real power isn't found in action at all, but in restraint? Today, we're diving into the power paradox, and honestly, it might just flip how you think about strength itself.
Just let that sink in for a second. Forgiveness only really means something if you have the power to get revenge, right? It's an act of strength precisely because you have the option to choose a weaker path. And that's the whole idea we're digging into today. True power isn't just about what you can do, but what you can choose not to do.
So this gets us to what we're calling the power paradox. It's this fundamental clash between what looks like brute force and a much, much deeper form of strength that you usually can't even see.
And you see this paradox play out all the time in geopolitics. Nations love to show off their power with huge military parades, fleets of warships. You know the drill. When things get tense, our first instinct is to start counting tanks and missiles. We literally measure strength by how much destruction a country can cause. But what if that whole way of thinking is just wrong? What if the most obvious, in-your-face displays of power are actually hiding what's really going on? This is the big question we're tackling. Is the way we've been keeping score completely missing the point?
Okay, so if our old definition doesn't cut it, we need a new one. What does true strength actually look like if we move past just brute force?
And this leads us to a really key distinction. On one hand, you have perceived power. That's the stuff we can all see. The jets, the missiles, the armies. It's tangible, it's easy to count. But true power, that's invisible. It's the judgment, the discipline, and the absolute control over that whole arsenal. See, it's not about having the weapons. It's about mastering the decision of when and if to ever use them.
And this is where it becomes almost personal, even for a country. Reacting in anger, that's easy. It's a primal, simple, almost mindless response to being provoked. It is, by far, the path of least resistance.
But the ability to take a hit, to feel that gut punch impulse to retaliate, and yet to pause, to think it through, and to actively choose a different path. Well, that decision, that moment of pure restraint, that is something only the truly powerful can do.
So here's the bottom line. Anger is just a simple reaction. Restraint, on the other hand, is a complex decision that weighs all the consequences. In this way of thinking, lashing out isn't a show of force at all. It's an admission of weakness. It's a sign that your impulses have more control than you do. True restraint shows everyone that you are in absolute command of your own power.
So let's take this idea and apply it directly to the world map. How does this whole concept of restraint as strength actually play out when a nation has to make a choice on the world stage?
Well, this kind of controlled power really happens in